Braindead, also known as Dead Alive in North America, is a 1992 New Zealand zombie comedy film directed by the creator of Lord of the Rings. Yes, indeed, legendary film director Peter Jackson, before he was in Hollywood. Made on a budget of $3 million, Braindead was Jackson's most expensive film up to that point. Although it received positive reviews from critics, it was a box office bomb. It has since received a cult following and is now widely regarded as one of the goriest films of all time. And I remember it fondly as the movie you just had to go to the video store and get your VHS copy of. It's one of these movies that is just fantastic to watch with your friends. Later I got a German DVD release, but the picture wasn't that big of a step up from the VHS. And now I got a Dead Alive Blu-ray, which looks quite good actually, but some scenes and dialogue has been cut from it. And I'll get back to that later. I even got a rare Blu-ray copy from Germany that's kind of a blend between the Dead Alive Blu-ray and the old DVD. So it's not perfect, but at least it's the full version. Braindead was produced by Jim Booth and written by Jackson along with Fran Walsh and Steven Sinclair. It stars Timothy Balm, Diana Panvalier, Elizabeth Moody and Ian Watkin. The plot follows Lionel, a young man living in South Wellington with his strict mother Vera. After Lionel becomes romantically entangled with a girl named Paquita, who his mother doesn't think is good enough for Lionel, they sneak off to the zoo, but not knowing that they are getting spied on by Vera, who is accidentally bitten by a hybrid rat monkey creature and begins slowly to transform into a zombie. And even though Lionel tries to conceal the problem, she quickly also infects swaths of the city's population, and Lionel and Paquita's romance is soon surrounded by death and a perverted Uncle Les, who has his own very slimy agenda with Paquita. And he always cracks me up. He's just such a slime ball. And the third act of the movie gives lawnmower a whole new meaning. This is one of the best and funniest gore movies ever made. And the humor and the effects are simply perfect. So invite your friends, order some junk food and let the good times roll. This is the best splatter movie ever made. Enjoy! So, as mentioned before, there are some differences between the American Dead Alive cut and the original Braindead cut. When the film was picked up for US distribution, there was a delay when another company asked the distributor to change the film's title. This was done to avoid confusion with another movie starring Bill Pullman with the title of the same name. Hence, Dead Alive title for the US release. Director Peter Jackson decided to use the extra time to apply some additional split and polish to the film, resulting in a new cut, approximately 7 minutes shorter than the original 97 versus 104 minutes. This cut premiered in the Toronto Film Festival and was eventually released in the US, along with an emasculated 85-minute R-rated version. Although the 104-minute version remains the most commonly seen, at least outside the US. Jackson has gone on record as saying that the 97-minute cut is his preferred version. It's mostly offensive dialogue that has been cut. I'll give you some examples. Braindead opens with a close-up of New Zealand's flag, which then changes to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth riding across the courtyard, finishing with a close-up of her horseback. God Save the Queen is playing in the background.
The scene when Lionel and his mother has come home after Lionel's secret date with Paquita. Lionel's mother, Vera, don't hold back about what she thinks of her. This is very simplified in the US version.
In this scene, Lionel agrees to let Les have the money and the house. We see the music for the party get turned on and Voight breaking free from his bonds. In Braindead, a party guest lets Voight out of the basement, and for his trouble, he gets head-butted. There's another scene during the party. Voight enters the living room and attacks a guest. Lionel intervenes by hitting Voight around the head with a Jack Daniel bottle and then pours down the contents down Voight's throat. there's a short sequence where a guest with glasses is chased around in a room by 2 zombies. Then he says the offensive line,
My best friends are pedophiles!
before he finally gets caught and bitten. The Dead Alive version, you can see the very end of the sequence before the camera switches to Paquita stabbing a bag of potatoes in the airing cupboard. After Lionel is bitten through the intestine and falls into Zombie's head, in Dead Alive, we move on to Les killing Zombie by rolling it to death in a clothes press. In Braindead, Lionel is confronted by the vicar and nurse zombies to impale each other on a pitchfork and then continue to have sex. In Braindead, there's approximately 16 seconds of additional gore in the lawnmower sequence, where we see Lionel hack up numerous zombies, see the demise of the vicar and the nurse while still in the middle of making love. And we see Lionel kicking body parts toward Paquita, which she then puts in the food mixer. Braindead also contains the following scene missing from both versions of Dead Alive. In a horde of zombies, Paquita and the girl grab a leg each and rip them apart. They then use the limbs to attack any zombie that comes near them. In the original New Zealand release, when the zombie baby first appears, it attacks Lionel, but it's unsuccessful as its umbilical cord gets caught on a nail. This scene is not present in the unrated American version. There's another scene on the mother's funeral. Uncle Les is seen walking down the church aisle and sits down behind Paquita. Conversation in which Les tries to hit on Paquita follows, which is unsuccessful. Paquita then stands up and sits away from Les. There's also an awesome scene with the mad doctor that Lionel buys some medicine to help with the zombies. Well, in the Braindead version, it is actually revealed that he is in fact a Nazi.
Peter Jackson has been promising in several articles that will get a naughty box set with all these early splatter movies restored in perfect 4K and with a new cool and awesome 5.1 soundtrack. Well, we better hope, won't we? I don't know. I mean, right now, there's nothing new when you search the web. But here's hoping, isn't there? Braindead is an awesome movie and you just gotta watch it. It's perfect. Until next time,
Give us a like!
we'll see you sooner.